Water is one of the necessities of human being. It is the most important factor to make the living things alive. Plants use water as one of its ingredients to complete the process of photosynthesis and in order to make oxygen for us.
A human's body is composed of 50 to 75% of water. This should be maintained, so we should drink water.
Other than this, water is also useful in our everyday living. Dishwashing, we use it to take a bath, to clean, to make us one of the ingredients of our food, and etc.
It is said that our planet has been composed of 75% of water, and it is said that from the time the world created up to now, the water cycles, but the amount of water has been the same. But did you ever wonder how the water cycle occurs?
Oh, yung kapatid mo, eto, bundaan mo yan. Gusto mo yung TV? Ba yung remote?
Tayo ngayon sa bahay ng isa sa mga nasalanta ng habagat. Tara at atin po silang kamustahin. Ito po ang aming munting tulong para sa inyo. Kamusta naman po kayo?
Ayos lang yan na lang. Mabilis sa mga pangyayari. Basta na lang umulan. Hindi namin alam. Ngayon wala kaming kuryente, wala kaming tubig. Saan ba galing ang ulan na yan?
Evaporation is the process where a liquid water changes from its liquid state to a gaseous state. Liquid water becomes water vapor. Although water air pressure helps promote evaporation, temperature is the primary factor. For example, all of the water in a pot left on a table will eventually evaporate. It may take several weeks. But if the same pot of water is put on a stove and brought to a boiling temperature, the water will evaporate more quickly.
During the water cycle, some of the water in the oceans and freshwater bodies, such as lakes and rivers, is warmed by the sun and evaporates. During the process of evaporation, impurities in the water are left behind. As a result, the water that goes into the atmosphere is cleaner than it was on Earth.
Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. Condensation occurs when a gas changes into a liquid. Condensation occurs when the temperature of the vapor decreases. When the water droplets formed from condensation are very small, they remain suspended in the atmosphere. These millions of droplets of suspended water form clouds in the sky or fog at ground level. Water condenses into droplets only when there are small dust particles present around which the droplet can form.
Transport is the movement of water through the atmosphere, specifically from the ocean to over land.
Some of the Earth's moisture transport is visible as clouds, which themselves consist of ice crystals and or tiny water droplets.
When the temperature and the atmospheric pressure are high, the small droplets of water in clouds form larger droplets and precipitation occurs. The raindrops fall to earth. As a result of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation, water travels from the surface of the earth, goes into the atmosphere, and returns to earth again.
Much of the water that returns to Earth as precipitation runs off the surface of the land and flows downhill into streams, rivers, ponds, and lakes. Small streams flow into larger streams, then into rivers, and eventually the water flow into the ocean.
Surface runoff is an important part of the water cycle because through surface runoff, much of the water returns again to the oceans, where a great deal of evaporation occurs.
Infiltration is an important process where rainwater soaks into the ground through the soil and underlying rock layers. Some of this water ultimately returns to the surface at springs or in low spouts downhill. Some of the water remains underground and is called groundwater. As the water infiltrates through the soil and rock layers, many of the impurities in the water are filtered out. This filtering process helps clean the water.
Transpiration is important in the water cycle. As plants absorb water from the soil, the water moves from the roots through the stems to the leaves. Once the water reaches the leaves, some of it evaporates from the leaves, adding to the amount of water vapor in the air. This process of evaporation through plant leaves is called transpiration. As we said earlier, we cannot live without water. It's not too late to take a move to make the loss of water become slower. Keep it going. Water cycles.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.